Welcome to Expansion and Art. How do our thoughts and energy make love and create life? And why should we pay heed to how we think? What frequency do we tune to? What do we resonate out into the universe? And what kind of creation we birth into existence? Together, we will explore the profound connection between mental and physical realms and that of energy and our thoughts. Energy is what makes up this universe. Our mind, albeit to most of us seeming as that of matter, is a source of dynamic energy through which the thoughts we emanate create the landscape of our experience. While energy can exist in a variety of forms, from electrical, mechanical, chemical, thermal to a nuclear kind, the energy I will refer to here is far more potent than any of them combined, and that of energy of the mind. The concept of this phenomenon in this context is not limited to the physical domain, but encompasses the indistinct and often unobservable forces that drive our inspiration and direct our thoughts, emotions, as well as intentions. This ever-parallel connection transcends mere intellectual curiosity and the interplay of mind and matter. The interrelation between energy and thoughts has long fascinated the greatest and the intricate minds of philosophers, scientists, spiritual leaders, and the students of life. The Inquisition far extends into the realms of mental health and comprises the fundamentals of personal development, growth mindset, and self-actualization. For the reasons of my own self-inquisition and that of a curious mind, I will embark upon this subject in great length and with considerable effort so we may expand our understanding of this intricate connection between energy and our thoughts. So, let's begin with some factual elements, shall we? What is energy? According to the dictionary, the word energy is defined as the capacity to exert force and cause an object to move. It can also be defined as the ability to do work. So, whether in motion, and that being within electrons, atoms, and molecules, or stored in objects, by definition, energy has the power to do work or performance. In addition, energy has the scope of being transferred to a body or to a physical system. In physics, this energy is referred to as a quantitative property and is recognizable in the form of heat and light. The fact I find fascinating is that energy is of conserved quantity. This refers to the law of conservation. The law essentially states that energy can be converted in form, but cannot be created nor destroyed. An isolated physical system, in this case that of energy, and its measurable property will not change regardless of the system itself evolving. The question then to ask would be, how does energy relate to our mind? How is it formed? And how does it actually connect to our thoughts? In the philosophical and spiritual spheres of exploration, thoughts are considered a form of energy. In fact, this idea is further supported by scientific research. The fundament and the core of these findings is that our thoughts produce electromagnetic energy. This energy arises from the complex interactions between billions of neurons in our brain. The way these neurons communicate with each other is through electrical signals. Thereby, the scientific understanding advocates that when we think, our brain neurons fire these electrical impulses, whereas our brain's activity then fabricates mental processes in form of thoughts. This neural activity necessitates the transmission of electrical impulses and the release of neurotransmitters. While this underlies our thought processes and as the neurons communicate with one another, they generate tiny electrical currents. These currents create electromagnetic fields that are certainly measurable. This essentially translates our thoughts into a form of energy that can then be detected and measured by instruments like electroencephalogram, which is commonly known as EEG. This particular instrument is used to record this electrical activity. The record is produced by electroencephalography, which is the measurement in the form of a visual trace of such electrical activity in different parts of our brain. In essence, our brain's activity and the associated electromagnetic fields produced by thoughts can be detected, observed, and scientifically measured through EEG technology. As the neurons in our brain silently communicate, and each thought generates a unique energetic frequency. This energetic activity is an essential function of the mind and influences just about everything, from our cognitive functions to emotional regulation. Thoughts are then what is born at the root of this activity, taking place within the electromagnetic spectrum, thereby contributing to the complexity of our thought process. This is where we can begin to understand the intricate relationship to our thoughts, and so the vehicle of our consciousness as we interpret, understand, and interact with the world around us. When we send out our own unique frequency into the world, we form a unique energetic signature that begins to align the environment around us and, in essence, create our experience. While science shows that rhythm and timing are baseline brain functions, likewise, the harmony and coherence of our thoughts not only underlie but profoundly influence our emotions and behaviors, thereby shaping our reality. Our thoughts can be fleeting, random, and often run on default. However, they can also be deliberate and focused. When we collate our thoughts, integrate and arrange them in order deliberately, and through an intention that is, we achieve an energetic coherence, that of a rhythm and timing, that is then congruent with our higher consciousness. This is where expansion, growth, and ultimately creation take place. Just like the apparatus that of a metronome within an oscillating network, our thoughts need to synchronize when there is friction in the system. When the tick-tocks of 5 metronomes come into a synchronization, they begin to move more slowly. Thereby, the forces of friction are proportionally more significant, causing them to all stabilize at the same point of resonance. While in physics, this is what you would call a system of coupled harmonic oscillators. Likewise, we can achieve this harmony when our thoughts become coherent. We may touch here on a unique type of a therapy called interactive metronome training, referred to as IM. IM training is a non-invasive therapy that helps reset the timing in the brain at the millisecond level and is predominantly used for cognitive and neurological conditions. These include but are not limited to anxiety, focus, concentration, impulsivity, motivation, thinking, organization, coordination, motor tics, as well as neurological issues. Rhythm and timing, as well as the point of our resonance, essentially dominate the shape of our reality. Just like each metronome's motion will produce a specific swing In order to reach an equilibrium, each thought, likewise, will have the ability to elevate or impede the intricacy of our frequency pendulum within the space and time. The mysterious space we call the universe, filled with stars, galaxies, and all of the forms of matter and energy, and where all is connected, is the intangible space that we call home, that includes time itself, and, of course, that includes you. Your special energy is what contributes to this vast space in a time that your mind, body, and soul occupy. So, how does then our energy affect our experience directly? We could ask. Our thoughts produce emotions and, therefore, through our body resonate energy and emit frequency into this vast time and space. The form of such resonance then creates a distinctive signature, not only so of our unique existence, but also the time capsule of our calibration within it. The energy acts as an active chronograph to every point of our journey as we silently express and echo this calibrated state. The process of configuring the calibration and the instrument of our mind solely depends on the range of our emotions. Our emotions mark the time elapsed with each thought we assign importance to. Therefore, our experience will change according to the projection of the energy resulting from our internal state. Whether this is a result of thoughts, inner language, or emotions, the actions we take are based on the direction of our focus. Their expression directly mirrors our inner state and serves as a fuel to the energy we emit. In which direction this energy magnifies solely depends on our focus and where we direct our brain's process to form new connections. Our brain operates under the capacity of neuroplasticity, where brain's neural networks can grow and reorganize while new neural connections and pathways are being formed. Due to this neuroplasticity, we can rewire the brain as well as our way of thinking. The brain has this incredible ability to change its structure as well as function in response to new experiences and learnings. Therefore, it can adapt to its learned environment and improve our cognitive function as well as control over the body. We may then consider for ourselves to lead our thoughts with intention, for we can direct our focus toward what feels good. When we give a conscious effort to focus on constructive and uplifting thoughts, we harness the power of thought to bring about space for positively charged energy and resonate alike emotions. This creates a foundation for inspired actions that align with our desires. Consequently so, our outer experience will reflect the inner state with liberty we choose to calibrate to. Conversely, negative thoughts generate a different kind of energy, one that can welcome a negative impact into our experience and essentially be detrimental to our well-being. Such habit can unnoticeably sneak in and become chronic. Negative thinking can form a feedback loop within our brain that perpetuates mental and emotional distress. This can lead not only to stress, anxiety, and depression, but can hinder the lives of those around us and essentially affect the collective on a fundamental level. The energy of negative thoughts can also manifest physically and weaken our immune system. This then reveals in forms of chronic pain, ailment, or a dis-ease. Observing and transforming negative thought patterns is crucial for maintaining the energy of ease and thereby a healthy mind and body. In conclusion, lead your thoughts with care, self-awareness, and intention, for your energy can resonate the song of your potential into the universe. Energy is what makes up this universe. When we deepen our connection to the universe, we raise our frequency and thereby reach a higher level of consciousness. As we practice reaching for our potential, and therefore growth, we absorb energy through our heart chakra and our aura expands. This is when we radiate energy beyond transcendence and can communicate with our higher self and where intuition comes from. Your energy matters. Tend to it like a flower, for the garden of your happiness and those around you can blossom with love, abundance, and joy.